Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Y'all good? Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all good? Hello out there. Yo. Okay. How y'all doing out there? Ready to begin? Okay. Ready. Let's continue. Let's load chapter 6. Yes. Hello and welcome back. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna have to do the 4 tips again, aren't we? Okay, so let's go to the new tips. New tips. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so here's the 4 new tips. Awesome. Cool. Let's see what we've got now. I've got a bit of sore throat now, so. But. It's all good. From June 1980 edition. On the afternoon of XX at 2 p.m., office employee XXXX and his wife XXXS of Hinamizawa village in, Shishibon Prefecture disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa Prefecture. Alright, so this is about the second murder. Cool. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of XXXX at around 7 p.m. that evening. His wife, XXXXX. Wait, that's one extra X. Has yet to be found. Alright, cool. So she just disappeared then. The searchers run into difficulties due to the events of the Typhoon 3 from the previous day. Fucking hell. It appeared a railing at the observatory that XX's leaned on had broken, causing him to fall. The groundskeeping staff was questioned by the police in regards to facility deterioration and if part maintenance was performed properly. Cool. So was that the Hojo? So that was Satoshi's family. Cool. Terminal illness, death of Shinto Furudu. So this is Rika's parents. From June 1981 edition. On the afternoon of XX around 10 p.m. in the X district of Hinamizawa village in Shirashibon Prefecture, the Shinto priest of the Furudu. That's so the Shinto priest of the Furudu Shrine. Furudu Shrine. What the fuck? The Furudu Shrine passed away after an existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. Parties close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. Also, after blah blah blah's death, his wife blah 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 went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. The police and local youth association continue the search. However, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that the Onigafuchi marsh is said to be bottomless, they have run into difficulties. Ooh. Housewife murder. Okay, cool. This is the one that happened last year. Okay. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. What? So you give me a newspaper, but it wasn't reported in the newspaper. Okay, cool. Radio log. Okay. What the fuck's going on here? The actual fuck. This is Okinomiya Station calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond. This is Unit 3. Loud and clear. Backup is heading your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over. Roger, Unit 3, acknowledged. Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence. Station, the doctor has arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over. Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor. Affirmative. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think the Vic is done for. Ooh. So they were quite short. Cool. On to the next chapter. On we go, go, go. Let's continue. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Hopefully Kate, she's not a fucking dirty bastard like he fucking always is. Good morning! Good morning to you. Nice job yesterday, Kei-chan. Woohoo! You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun. Damn right. That food eating contest and fucking all that other crazy shit. Oh, that's right, Kei-kun. Thank you very much. For Mr. Bear. I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion though. I wouldn't. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. There was a bucket filled to the brim with water, and unfortunately my foot stepped right into it. God damn it, Satoko! Already! I know how diligent of you to mop. Oh, my now, how diligent of you to mop the floor this morning. Clomp, foot. Whoop. Blah! Keiji-san flicked my forehead. You should set a more brutal trap next time. Seeing that, Rena began to swoon as Mion looked on dejectedly. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing fell out of place. The uncertainties I had in the back of my mind yesterday had vanished. What is it, Kei-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class. You shouldn't do that. Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you all. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up. We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus. Okay then, this time of year you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines. I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was just going to tune it out, but then I noticed a different tone in her voice and started paying attention. You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand? In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she'd said was really vague, but understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing to perpetrate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you know you think is fun." What the fuck? She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." And now I was one of ones who needed to keep their mouth shut. Alright. Maybe lost in translation, maybe. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity for such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Oh, is that home time? I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everyone was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing. Relaxing P? Relaxing P? Yeah, that wasn't happening. Oh, relaxing peacefully probably, but yeah, that wasn't happening. Because it's Mion's. Today let's play a classic game of deduction. How about this one? Oh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting. the instructions are in English, but the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose you here. I'm not too bad at this game. It seemed that Rena didn't handle this game. It seemed that Rena didn't handle this kind of game very well. The rules are: person who can match the murder weapon and the scene of the crime wins. There were 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. I could see that the names Mion and Rika were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons too, like knives, axes, and poison. The locations are pretty nice too, like the living room, the study, and the courtyard. So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. Okay, these are the answer cards. Okay, so we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones. Wait, figure out. Oh wait, sorry. Okay, so we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. And we ask each other about. Wait a second. Wait, that totally is. So we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each about the cards and figure out the right ones. Ah, I see. So the cards nobody has there are the true perpetrators. Then you raise your hand if you want to know the answer. The game ends and we check if the answer is correct. If you're right, then you get a point. If you're wrong, then you lose a point. Since the game ends if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed. Sorry. You'll learn as you go. You really have to use your brain. You'll get confused if you don't take notes. The rest you can figure out by playing. So, Mion, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion. Let's see. We're all still a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess. I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple. I wonder, is it really? Is Keiichi-san thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, you don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mion would send whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or fun happy planning manual or other crazy stuff. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. God, this music's fucking awesome. Each perpetrator the correct weapon and the scene of the murder. The real perpetrator the correct weapon and the scene of the murder have been taken out. So that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards. Then I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mion, knife, study. You pick one suspect, weapon and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of those cards then you must say I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it. Me too. I have one. Oh my, all of them are here. 3 people answered when she asked if they had Mion, knife and study. So that means that Mion and knife and study are all in the clear. Got to jot that down. Then I'll go Rena, axe, lounge. Only 2 people said they had one. So it means out of Rena, axe and lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime. Oh wait, even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. it's possible that either Satoko or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards. Well, Kei-chan is next, go ahead. Whoa, wait, just a little. I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's gonna be tough. Alright, now I have the criminal. What? Alright, already? Here I'm spinning around in circles and Mio just now raises her hand. The murderer is Rika-chan in the infirmary with the poison. Well, Mio drew the cards from the box and we checked to see if our deduction was right. You were right! What? All I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell whether it was poison or a pistol. And I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison. Oh shit. Rika-chan had said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet innocent face. For fuck's sake. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Ren and I were left out in the cold though. How did you do, KH-kun? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry, I had no idea either. How can you both be so unsure? You will both end up in last place together at this rate. That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple? What if we end up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Guide? Fuck. I could tell from Kate's expression that he's not very good at this game. What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Marabara during the next round. My, that sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing. Fuck you, Satoko. After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or two behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out a simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win the game. It's to win at the game. Eureka! Ah, sorry, need to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice one. Me-chan, that's gross. Damn fucking right, that's gross. What kind of fucking things were these folk talking about? I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rena had made her way over towards me. KH-kun, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rena. I'm glad it worked out. Wait, did this just skip fucking Sahan? I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Rena, what's your record at this game we're playing today? She was taken aback after a moment. She hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. Why do you ask? I wonder. I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. Apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last minute comeback on this one. So, I guess both of us will be taking that penalty. Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But how can we? I brought my lips up to Rena's ear. Whisper, 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 whisper. Is that allowed? Did you forget, Rena? The second rule of our society? Do everything in your power to obtain victory. Yeah, I'll try my best. I wonder what's going to happen here. Our plan of attack was quite a rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a little, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everybody else. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. Oh, wrong button. Shit. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the other guys. That's fucking genius, Keiichi. Yeah, with this we can probably win. We both smirked at each other. If it wasn't the shady business, if I was a shady businessman, then Reno was the corrupt senator. Hehehe, pleasure doing business with you. Then let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now, there's no point if we go back together. It would be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Oh, sorry. Then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face or something. Okay, got it. Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went back too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected anything, then there could be problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later, because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realises what's happened. Hopefully, excellent, not bad at all. Oop. Sorry, double clicked there. Read it though. Mayabara-kun! May I have a moment? It's the teacher. Man, things were just getting good. What is it? I'm a bit... You have a guest? Please make your way to the entrance. A guest? It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was rather unfortunate that I'd have someone waiting on me right before my big match, but I was more interested in the unexpected guest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. The entryway was a heavy contrast to... the entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and the deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked under his arm. Are you Mayabara-san? Keiichi Mayabara-san? There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that... There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that was, without a doubt, the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Tomitake-san, I'd been running into so many middle-aged men. Ooh, what you been up to, Keiichi? That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. It's a bit hot here, don't you think? Oh god, he's getting into a car with a strange man. The man completely ignored my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You've got to be kidding me. I have no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know, and he was asking me to get in his car with him. I'm not going to bite. Come on now. I opened the back door of his car, and he opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about. Even well knowing that conversations that start out like this have never led to anything good. Oh. Crazy. It's like the car's in the ditch or something. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioning were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car at least. Perhaps let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it all the way up. So what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was tucked between the pages. Okay. On it was the face of a pretty goofy looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his closest friends would be able to recognise who he was from this expressionless picture that looked like it had been taken at the DMV. There were scribbles on his side shirt done in permanent marker, starting with yours, Mayabara-san, and quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Huh? This is Tomitaki-san? There were no hints of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face. Then, do you know this woman? Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was. I don't remember her name, but she's some lady who was with Tomitaki-san last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa. When was the last time you saw these two? The night of the Watanagashi, we spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess. Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine. Go ahead and sit. Being asked for every little detail is very troubling. Honestly. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now. Did something happen to them? There was no response to my inquiry. Thus, I replied to the silence in kind. I was pretty sure, no certain, that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomitaki-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again. You've moved here just recently, isn't that right, Mayabara-san? Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Oyashiro-sama? My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It probably showed in my face. Not at all. If you don't, then that's fine. Not at all? If you don't, that's fine. Well, I have heard of it. Tomitaki-san told me, actually. How much do you know about it? The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. Incidents that always happen the day of the Watanagashi, ending in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitaki-san would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. No, rather, I didn't want to think there was anything more than that. Do you know of that? Well, curse Mayabara-san? Feel free to speak openly about it. I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it, as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was the more prominent feeling. Really? Then that's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys. So what if I don't believe? I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point? The man in this picture is dead. My mind went blank. Huh? What happened to Tomitaki-san? It would seem that he died last night. That was the night of the Watanagashi. Do you understand the implications behind that, Mayabara-san? Implications? Not at all. Not any for the cause of his death. Wait, what? Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem is that he died on the day of the Watanagashi, meaning this year the curse of Oyashiro-sama had once again. The death of Jiro Tomitaki is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I don't want to understand why. Please tell me what happened. It was rather peculiar. It might have been a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamizawa. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn of something I shouldn't, or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. one of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back from security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 to midnight. The location was, you know where the road at the town becomes paved, right? Down past that slope on the shoulder, around there. There were few streetlights on that road. Its pitch black darkness was only broken by the lights of passing cars and the moon. It was a stroke of bad luck that Tomitaki-san was spotted collapsing. Right, I'm gonna turn that off. It's quite funny. You mute it and it still does fucking sounds. What the fuck? 1 second. Sorry about this. Nope. Done. No more sounds. Thank fuck. Okay, cool. It was a stroke of luck that Tomitaki-san was spotted collapsing on the shoulder of the road. Tomitaki-san was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt. We thought it was a hit and run at first, but when the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. His throat had been ripped open. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails? As in fingernails? With those he clawed through. From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was his own fingernails. Huh? What does that mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder. It was suicide. Tomitaki-san thought there was a reason to tear open his own throat. As hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitaki-san didn't stop. He continued clawing. With enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails, still clawing. Still clawing. Then, as his nails reached those vital arteries that you should never damage, he continued clawing. Blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, though gasping for breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. But this, it was a suicide. I've never heard of such a thing. This unnatural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died in those 5 years, his death must resemble that of a curse. As if to show both myself and Tomitaki-san, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. There were a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, epilation, and so on, he concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. We concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their throat. Wounds on his hand matched a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There are traces of where he had struck trees and guardrails with it. Tomitaki-san's blood was found all over the place, meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of. Meaning that while he was tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Ken, how could you tear your own? You'd have to do it one-handed. Fair enough. There were external injuries, which were not self-inflicted, discovered on Tomitaki-san. There is a high probability Tomitaki-san was assaulted. External injuries suggest there may be multiple suspects. To summarise, Tomitaki-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night road in a state of panic, after being cornered, picked up a piece of lumber and tried to fight back. Somewhere in there he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. Or then he died. The presumed time of death was around 9:23 p.m. meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitaki-san at the festival. Everyone signed Tomitaki-san's shirt, then parted ways. Right after that. Oh yeah, you should have been with a woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't shown up to work, and she hasn't returned home either. There's a very high possibility that she's been involved in this incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happened to somebody close to me could affect me this bad. Wait, what? I never would have thought that something unfortunate happening to somebody close to me could affect me this badly. The time I'd spent with Tomitaki-san was short, but we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We have been continuing the investigation on various fronts. When it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. That I knew well. I would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitaki-san, the outsider, telling me. So that's why you came to me? Because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa? I should have been angry that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me. If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion would be that Jiro Tomitake died from Oyashiro-sama's curse. He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance. The night of the Watanagashi, during that sacred ritual, he continually snapped off photos, angering Oyashiro-sama. That's how it's going to turn out. There's no way Oyashiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitaki-san. Tomitaki-san had to have been killed by humans, and a cowardly group no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being the fault of some curse. I think so as well. There's no such thing as a divine punishment or curses. The tense mood was cut with the man's hearty laugh. That's how this must be, Mayabara-san. Cooperation from individuals in Hinamizawa who don't believe in the curse is indispensable. Understand? Neither Tomitaki-san nor I believe in curses, but with the way things are going, it won't just end up with Tomitaki-san's death it would just end up with Tomitaki-san's death marking the 5th year, which mean that Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitaki-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitaki-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa, but he came every single year, in a sense. He was more of a resident than I was. There was no way that Tomitaki-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro-sama's Sama's curse. But there is nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No. If you see or hear something that draws your attention, then that is enough. If I see or hear, he was talking in future tense. Things or people or rumours, anything is fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whoever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whatever I wanted to do or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitaki-san's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I need to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched up the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face. Ooh. Everything we spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well. Especially from Sonozaki and the Furudu-san. If Sonozaki-san and Furudu-san, please do not inform them. Sonozaki, you mean Mion? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying they have something to do with the incident? With my friend's names brought up so abruptly and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. This is what they call investigative privilege, I suppose. Don't play games with me. Mion's a close friend of mine. I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may just upset you. Say it. Say it! He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began to speak after thinking for a bit. There's a possibility that a string of incidents happened here in Hinamizawa are a result of a village conspiracy. There's no way that could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that? No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection to the village. Then, how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, the enemies of the village die on the day of the Watanagashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something? Only the residents of Hinamizawa felt that the day of Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa? First, it was a dam construction foreman. Then, it was a villager that supported it. Those the village hold a grudge against die one after another from mysterious causes. The means are different, but in the end, the results are the same, or is the same: unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it can just be shrugged off. So the victims after that, what about the Shinto priest and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village. The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive, so there was a faction of villagers who harbored ill will towards him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about the housewife after that? Did she die just because she was the wife of the brother of the supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. And what about Tamataki-san? He's not affiliated with the dam project at all. Was he just killed because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it fell on those related to the dam project, but as the years went on, enemy threshold of the victims had become much lower. Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower. What's scary about that? It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider is reason enough. Then next year's victim, they're just going to be picked out of the village outsider pool. It might be a person that just moved here. What do you mean by? I swallowed my words. Here in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victim's my family. Was he saying that it was going to be me? But what does this have to do with Mion? I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the dam protests, quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki herself, or Sanozaki-san herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of public worker offences on her record because of the protests. I knew Mion knew what it meant to fight. This was the first I'd heard of her family leading the protests, so... Well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved with this string of incidents? I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, then they'd have the highest probability of being behind it. Not a very clear explanation, but he pretty much just said they fucking done it. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's saying they're the fucking culprits. It felt like he'd magnificently avoided the details I really wanted to know. We don't know who or what involved anyone is right now. Or how involved anyone is right now. Who or how involved anyone is right now. Blah blah blah. Fuck you, game. That is exactly why I don't want you to say anything to the villagers, motherfucker. Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. Fuck you. It seemed that he understood it well enough, though. Well enough. Then think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe in the curse. How about that? What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reason behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with a curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly. Just like everyone keep it, just like everyone kept it from me, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's now my turn to keep it from them, so they don't have to worry. I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly, and the incident this time probably means a lot more to them. I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was, but it couldn't be helped. I understand, I'll keep it to myself. Is that fine, Mr. Higurashi from... oh fuck. Okinomiya police station. You can call me Kura-chan if you want. Kura-chan! Ah no, Higurashi-san is fine. The way I said it was unpleasant, yet retained hints of politeness. He was a spitting image of a vulgar police officer, though I've never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I watch. I've taken up too much time. Your friends are waiting, aren't they? I should probably let you get back to them. Shit. The door opened for click, and in streamed the oppressive heat. Oh, it's so goddamn warm. It was blistering outside of the car. Really, was it really this hot of a day? It was an almost cruel heat, as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as that thought crossed my mind. I didn't mean to suspect your friends. Please don't misunderstand that. I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving. It's fine if you don't see or hear anything, Mayabara-san. There is enough proof that the village is not involved. I'll contact you if I hear or see anything. But I'm no detective. Please don't expect too much from me. I won't. You don't have to become a detective. Just go on living as you have up until now. Just let me know if you notice anything. I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow. See you later. Farewell, Mayabara-kun. I returned to the school building without looking back. I don't know how much time had passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now there was a lot on my mind. Tomitaki-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was a possibility of a village conspiracy. Worse still, there was also a chance that Mion was involved. Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, Rena, Satoko, or Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitaki-san. Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding here somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. It's me-chan! The perpetrator, huh? I was startled to hear Rena's voice. With the rope in the, lounge. Blah, ha ha ha, nope. No. Rena clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you're just destructing over there. Or, looks like you're just self-destructing over here. Whoa. Ah, Keiichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger. Ah, sorry about that. I was called into the staff room, you see. You were reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Well, it's been pretty heated over here. Since it's getting pretty late, let's make the next game the last one. If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be finishing in last place? Don't worry, KHQ. I'm at -1 points. How the heck? Our score is lower than mine, and I wasn't even playing. This is the final match to decide if the penalty is going to be carried out by Rena alone or by both K-chan and Rena. Yeah, right. Just let Rena do the penalty by herself. We made a promise, KHQ, that we would both win. I've waited all this time, you know. You know? I'm sorry about that. I followed my initial plan of showing Rena my cards, but I didn't say who was the criminal and just waited for her to call. I got it! The murderer is me! With the poison at the entrance! Is it? My Rena. Quite a quick answer. Another stab in the dark. Oh. Rena's correct. Go Rena! Oh, ho, 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 ho. Then it's decided that Keiichi-san shall take part in the penalty as well. Hooray! Keiichi-kun, let's both do our best. Yeah, let's do our best. It's my fault, so I have no choice. Then that's game. It's me, Mion Sonozaki, ranked first. And dead last are Keiichi Maribara and Rena Ryugu. Everyone applauded the game and the everyone applauded the game ended. Everyone applauded and the game ended. Congratulations, bitch. The problem now was the penalty. Shit, what we get? Now then, I rank first, so I'll decide what you'll be buying for the goal for penalty. But what will she make us buy? I wonder. Let's blacklist the drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it? Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. This old man already got a list prepared for you on this piece of paper. Whoa, there's a lot written here. A lot? Damn it. What's she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu, shampoo and conditioner, apple vinegar and fried tofu. The heck is this? It looks more like a shopping list than a penalty. Me was certain she was going to win today. Rule 7 of our society. You cannot refuse any penalty. Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is Fruit Fable. Thanks. This is your grocery list. I promised myself that if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. Yes, Keiichi, yes. Oh, bitch, send us to get her shopping. Ooh, got new tips. There are more than 4 perpetrators. Search notice. Let's hear new tips. Ooh, we got 2. What? Hypovolemic shock induced by clawing out their own throat. Tissue is packed under the nails. Not someone else's nails. It's undoubtedly by the individual's own nails. The shape of the scars also matches. Yeah. I know the immediate cause of death was suicide. I get it. You're saying the cause of death is unnatural, right? It's kind of like when your back itches and you scratch a little too hard and draw blood. Some of Tomotaki's fingernails have been pulled out. It's actually quite simple to pull out your own nails, but it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there are a lot of bruises on Tomotaki-san's body. It's clear from the shape of him that he was assaulted first by someone or a group of people. According to the toxicology report, the deceased was in an extreme state of hysteria right before death. And you fucking wonder, he was calling his fucking throat, man. Then he thought back and clawed out his own throat because of how hysterical he had become. The guy's attack him certainly would have been surprised by that. It is possible that in such an abnormal environment a person could perform acts that a sane individual couldn't possibly imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases. Actually, Oyoshi couldn't that wood plank the deceased used as a weapon. They only found sand and paint from the guardrail on it. What about cloth fibres or skin? Nothing. The deceased didn't strike the assailants. Or it could be they took the plank he was fighting back with. In that case, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to replace it with another. They'd have taken them all. Har 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 har. That's true. Tomataki's pretty built and tanned. He was quite athletic. That's right. He was pretty active. Can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on a higher scale, higher side, meaning he would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. If a man with such a physique sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around quickly, it's just unthinkable that it wouldn't even nick the perpetrator. His opponent was unarmed, and his opponent was unarmed. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit him at least once. To surround and take down someone of his physique, I wonder how many people it would take. You dimwit. You should know better than anyone. Have you forgotten your bad cop days? If I was to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Even if there was a gap in the strength they'd manage. Then there were quite a few perpetrators. So any drunken disorderly groups of more than 4 are suspicious. A group of 4 or more. Just if they had that many, then couldn't they have hidden the body in a less obvious location? Or did he somehow break away from that fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit suicide. Moreover, I still can't comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries. That's under serious consideration on my end too. I'll be examining it as thoroughly as possible, but don't get your hopes up. After all, I've never encountered death like this before. I'm not hoping for much, but I'm looking forward to the results. Oyoshi-san, the chief is calling you. Thanks, see you around. Yeah, best wishes. That's quite interesting. Okay, search notice. I think this will be for the Wi-Fi. What's her face again? I can't read. Juro Tomataki, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomatake. Pen name. Travels via folding bike. No license. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of a forest path. Present on the day of the festival. Accompanied by the missing Mio Takano. Was seen around 9 PM by police, location afterwards unknown. Held residence of Hinamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Wallet was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence. From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba, along the Sobu National Railway line. No individual matching the name Jiro Tomataki in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records. Sent to Metro Police. Attach a photo. Sent to Metro Police. Contacting magazines regarding Jiro Tomitake. Mio Takano missing. Nurse at Irate Clinic. Became close to Tomitake through her passion for wild bird photography. Resides in Okinomiya Districts XXX. Single. It's quite funny it said single for her, but did they say single for... Right. Witnessed accompanying Tomitake on the festival grounds, currently missing. Abducted. Or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy. Need to thoroughly investigate the relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puffs. 4 jumbo ones. Oyoshi. Well, I need to bring in a fucking report. I want some fucking cream puffs, bitch. Cream puffs now. Wow. Cool. Beam boom. Beam beam. Boom, 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 boom.